Whatever happened to MySpace? This is certainly a question you've asked yourself at least once if you're an internet user in the early to mid-2000s. Before social media was even referred to as such, the website really served as one of the world's first introductions to it. It was a social networking site where users could interact, exchange music, movies, and images, and edit their own accounts. However, MySpace's popularity started to fall as Facebook gained popularity. In this video, we'll take a look at the story of MySpace, from its early days as a revolutionary social network to its fall from grace. We'll explore the reasons for its success and its ultimate downfall and see how it paved the way for the social media landscape we know today. So please sit back, relax, and join us as we dive into the story of MySpace. Several staff members of the US internet marketing firm eUniverse developed the social media and networking website in 2003. The eUniverse team decided to launch their own social networking platform after realizing the potential of websites like Friendster. The first version of the website went live in under 10 days. The first president of the website was Tom Anderson. The project was overseen by Brad Greenspan, the founder of eUniverse, and Chris DeWolf served as the company's first CEO. 20 million eUniverse users and email subscribers who were directed to the social network helped MySpace. MySpace quickly became popular among audiences of teenagers and young adults. Mark Zuckerberg proposed to sell Facebook to DeWolf for $75 million in February 2005, but the latter declined the offer. MySpace began its rapid ascent in 2005. MySpace reached 1 million unique users per month in 2004, demonstrating how the site attracted the public's attention. REM, one of the most renowned American rock bands of all time, joined this growing social networking site in October 2004 and posted their most recent albums, accelerating growth. Because only a few days later, in December 2004, MySpace users could visit the profile of Hilary Duff, a well-known pop singer, and have the opportunity to download 3 of her songs from a page sponsored by the marketing firm of Secret Sparkle deodorant. The company decided to focus on building a community for those with interest in music. News Corp acquired MySpace in July 2005. Even though MySpace won, there were concerns about the price and News Corp's choice because, despite the increasing popularity of their new acquisition, it was too soon to tell whether the success would persist for very long. There were 27 million active users in September 2005. An increase of 5 million users happened when News Corp took over administration. MySpace was acquired by News Corporation, a global media company owned by Rupert Murdoch, in July 2005 for $580 million. MySpace tripled in value from its original purchase price in just 1 year. News Corporation viewed the purchase as a chance to increase traffic to their online news site and invest in the expanding online advertising market. MySpace's user base kept expanding exponentially during its peak year. 200,000 people per day signed up for the website in January 2006. This number increased to 320,000 new users each day in 2007. This development aided in future growth. The website launched localized versions in 11 countries across Europe, the Americas, and Asia in 2006. MySpace was the most well-liked social media site in all of European nations, where it had a localized presence by the middle of 2007. In addition, MySpace celebrated reaching the milestone of 100 million users in 2006. This substantial user base attracted investment and cooperation. To achieve this, Google and MySpace agreed to a contract guaranteeing the latter $300 million over 3 years. In exchange, Google received the sole right to offer sponsored links and web search results on the website. At this time, the engagement of a major company like Google shows that the business is headed in the right direction. Everything appeared to be on track for a few months before the business ran into another problem. A 13-year-old girl named Megan Meier committed suicide in October 2006 after exchanging hostile texts with a male she met on MySpace. Josh Evans was the youngster's name, but he was not who you might expect. 3 of Megan's neighbors, including a mother and daughter from one of the households, created the web profile for Josh Evans. The mother allegedly claimed to find out what Megan had been discussing about her daughter. However, as things developed, the conversation grew tense, and Megan ended her life as a result. Even though the Meiers didn't think the mother's strategy to pressure Megan into suicide was intentional, they nonetheless held her accountable for the appalling results of her actions. In this instance, MySpace gave room for cyberbullying to happen. Making these accounts was simple, which turned out to be a drawback. MySpace has managed to remain popular despite all its problems. Rupert Murdoch, chairman and CEO of News Corp, estimated that the then king of social networking sites was worth $6 billion and might reach 200 million unique users by 2007. This was just 1 month after Meier's case. MySpace, with only 49.5 million members a year later in 2007, may have added users, but it fell short of Murdoch's goals. Despite MySpace's steady growth in the number of users who have created accounts, its dominance as the leading social networking site ended in June 2008. MySpace and Facebook were closely matched in terms of user numbers. MySpace's revenue fell as a result of this and the expiration of the 3-year contract with Google. When Facebook passed MySpace in the Alexa rankings on April 19, 2008, signs of MySpace's collapse started to emerge. Since then, MySpace's user base has been steadily declining, and the site has never regained the volume of traffic it experienced during its peak. MySpace tried several approaches to win back its following, but with little success. This included extensive site redesigns and a shift from social networking to music and entertainment. These initiatives, however, largely fell short, according to former MySpace workers like ex-CEO Chris DeWolf. One of the main causes for the site's decline was the News Corporation's preference for short-term profitability over the user experience. Even though MySpace is still accessible online, its user base has substantially declined. The number of monthly users on MySpace had decreased to 7 million by 2019. The site's attractiveness was further harmed that year when a technical error made all content published before 2015 disappear. How is MySpace faring now? MySpace.com is still very much alive and well, as evidenced by a simple visit. But compared to other social networking sites, it's essentially dead. As of 2019, the website receives 7 million monthly users and visitors. Although the site has changed, one thing has not changed. It has continued to support the entertainment and music communities. It's encouraging to know that MySpace continued to target and leverage these two businesses to increase user engagement. MySpace had been gradually thriving in 2022, with a total of 3.8 million visits. It rose from being ranked 14,370th in June of that year to 13,775th in August. Additionally, compared to records in July, there was a noticeable increase in its social media traffic and interaction during the same month. In addition, the United States continued leading the list of nations regularly visiting the website. With the introduction of technology, everything changes instantly. What was potentially fascinating today might be laughed at tomorrow. MySpace, which was once acclaimed as the king, or referred to as the original social networking site, is now making do with the scraps of its former glory. Although it continues to be useful and is more suited to those who enjoy entertainment and music, its name still evokes memories of its peak, which are very different from what it is today. Thanks for watching our video on the rise and fall of MySpace. It's fascinating to see how quickly social media platforms can change and evolve over time. MySpace may have had its moment in the spotlight, but it's important to remember that the story of social media is still being written. Who knows what the next big thing will be? Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in our next video.